Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. It is Wednesday, September 20th, and I hope you guys had a great morning, and I hope you're having a great day. It's not that gloomy. It's nice out for a beautiful September day. You're watching Ocean's Pit Monday through Friday at noon, lunchtime fun, and every show is dedicated to the first responders, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you who watch the show every day or kind of glance at it every day. Or if you don't watch it here with us at noontime, if you're not spending lunch with us, maybe you're watching it later on during the day or later on this evening when you get home. But you can check it on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, the Mo Carraro Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. We're on X, formerly Twitter, and also on the Ocean's Pit Facebook page. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, right there at the bottom of the screen, 847-769-8609. And good day we had yesterday, folks. Kick back, nice little show we had. Thank you for all your compliments. Last night I tried to, I had a meeting, first of all, my good buddy Michael from Crash Champions, Collision Auto Repair. And they are, I'm proud sponsors of the Columbus Day, Tony Ocean Columbus Day float that we're doing on Monday, October 9th. So I had a little cocktail there with Michael, and we talked, and it was great seeing him. And I appreciate it, Michael. And I hope you're having fun in Las Vegas for your trip over there with Crash Champions. Also, Sunday, Danny Mazzi, also from Armando Supermarkets, also gave a donation for it. They're also a sponsor of the Columbus Day Tony Ocean Float, and Sal from Deutsch Power Center. So I want to thank all three of those guys very much for doing this. It's going to be a lot of fun, October 9th, Columbus Day, on a great cruise. And it's going to be a specialty cruise. Ron Onesti this year is doing something different. The last ones we've done for so many years there with Ron, a lot of times when we first started this Columbus Day parade, I don't know, 15 years ago, whatever it was, we were on Ron Onesti's different floats. And then we moved over to the Gulo Estate family, Gulo Real Estate. We did them for many years. And then Ronnie, last year, for the first time after celebrating my 30th anniversary, Ron goes, hey, how about having your own float? And I put out the word, and it was successful. It was fantastic. And now we're doing it again this year. So that's Monday, October 9th, the Columbus Day float. So I'm excited. Going to have my family there. It's going to have our sponsors and some close friends. And we're going to have a good time. That's all that matters. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Let's get to the sponsors of this particular show. Of course, our good friends from Ace Hardware, Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville. Buy local, shop local, folks. You got to love Ace. They have so many great things going on, but don't wait till the first snowfall to service your snowblower. They offer small engine repair tune-ups at all their locations. Tune-up on a single-stage snowblower is just $105 plus parts. Check out the unique selection of fall and Halloween decor. That's our good friends from Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local. Remember, Ace has been helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Ace Hardware. Thank you, Raffaello, Jackie, and Melissa. All right, guys, this is fun. We got a great show planned for you. Now, guys, tomorrow, folks, is the return of Laura Oceans. The two Oceans are in the house tomorrow. She'll be my guest on Thursday. It'll be great having Laura back on Thursdays again. And Friday, my good buddy Bobby Lamantia. He runs a place called Shark Burger Beach in Amarillo, Texas, where Mojo's Jukebox will be performing in March. It's a great rock venue, burgers out on the beach. Oh, there's videos, great. We'll probably play the video before Bobby comes on Friday. But I'm excited about that. So a lot of good stuff. And you guys are in for a good show today. And thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. The guys that are watching right now, when you get a chance, can you please share the page? Share the show with everybody. I really, really do appreciate it. Let's get another sponsor on the way, Garelli Pavement Service. That's right. Our good friends from Garelli Pavement Service. That's right, Garelli folks. They know the curb appeal. I almost got it. They know the curb appeal of your home and business largely affected by your concrete and asphalt. Garelli's here to help you keep your asphalt looking brand new with proper maintenance, which includes seal coating, crack filling, or patching. For a free estimate, call Laura or Barb at Garelli Pavement Service, 815-271-5835, servicing Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin. That's Garelli Pavement Service, 815-271-5835. Tell them Tony O sent you. And let's not forget Armando's Supermarkets, folks. Buy local, shop local, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin. I want to thank my good friend Danny Mazzi. And don't forget Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair for all your collision auto repair needs. Go to crashchampions.com. That's my good friend Michael and Gigi. All right. And let's just get to say hello to some people here today, first of all. Oh, boy, look who's in the house today. We're having some good people, some good friends, and good people that sit back and watch. I do really appreciate it, folks. Ryan Lewis, how you doing? Jim McMahon was on WGN this morning and said it's a 100-year cover-up regarding marijuana. Well, you know what? What are you going to do? People were smoking that stuff in the 50s and the 60s back then. Ronnie B., I hope you're doing well. Dennis, Lake Geneva in the house. It's great seeing some great faces. Albert, hello again. Afternoon, my good buddy. Ryan Lewis, Richard Hamlin, Carol Manati, I hope Dan is doing well, and great job that you're doing taking care of Dan. It was very nice for the husband to put a little kudos up on social media, thanking his wife for looking after him. Dan's a good guy, and so are you, Carol. Hope he's back on his feet again soon so we can come out and have a little fun. Nina, hope you're doing well. Anyway, you're watching Ocean's Pit. Robert Provenzano, we will see you tonight. Mary's on the cruise here. She's also on the show here today. Look at that. Hi, Mary. Double T, Tony Toto. We got Louie Pipes in the house as well. So let's get to a couple things since I got Mary watching right now. You know what that means. It's 2024 Chicago Music Cruise, January 7th to January 14th. 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise, Royal Caribbean's Wonders of the Sea, Orlando, Florida, Coco Key, Bahamas, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, folks. Mojo's Jukebox, Tony Ocean in the main event band, and of course the ringleaders themselves, Rich, the Great Seventh Heaven. So it's great, and we got it's the biggest ship on the water, folks. I know this might sound like a broken record, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to keep pushing it because we want people to still join because there's still some rooms left. And just keep you guys afloat of people that are already booked and ready to go on this cruise. It's going to be so much fun. You know, I'm excited to be out there because we're not only working, but we're also get a chance to socialize and hang with our friends and fans or people that are supporting us. 5,000 people on this ship. I think we've got a total of close to 500, if not more, combined with Seventh Heaven, Mojo's, and Tony Ocean Show. So we're going to have a great time. Now, what's very important that you guys know, make sure that you have your final payment due by October 1st, folks. Also, make sure you got your hotel room booked like the night before. The Renaissance Inn is where a lot of us are all staying. Also, make sure you got your shuttle taken care of from the hotel to the ship. All this little stuff my wife's been working at. And don't forget to book that drink package. Because, you know, like water's 18 to 20 bucks for a bottle of water, folks. So you get the package, you have a good time, you and your wife, whoever you're coming with, and enjoy. So go to Mary at ntdvacations.com. And please, you already got those emails going on, folks, and just make sure final payment is due October 1st. So we want to make sure that you guys don't lose that great deal that when we first bought that out. There it is. Thank you, Mary. Per a pre-cruise hotel stay right there. Everything. There it is. www.chicagomusiccruise.com, as well as going to either Mary at NTD and as in Nancy, T as in Tony, D as in David, vacations.com as well. So also hardcore Italians are in the house, folks. That's right. Tony Toto, we will see you Friday and Saturday this week. But Hardcore Italians and the International Italian Sports Hall of Fame, it's going to happen Saturday morning, October 7th at the Casablanca Columbus Day Bocce Ball Tournament. It's going to be my good buddy Joey Spins, my other pal Danny Mazzi, and of course the ace in the hole. We got my good pal Jimmy Marchese from River Cafe. So it's going to be music and games and car show, motorcycle show, but we're not playing. We're actually playing bocce. The Oceanettes will be playing bocce. So it'll be the first time. And then I'm going to start trying to do it again. I want to get in a league, trying to get together maybe on Tuesdays, do something with Tony Toto and maybe Danny Ramondi. And let's get another league going too, because I would like to start doing that. That would be a lot of fun. Casa Italiana in Stone Park. That's right. Thank you, Albert. Anyway, to go to that event, October 7th, eventbrite.com. You guys are watching Ocean's Pit. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are too. And busy week. Tonight we'll be at Antonio's in Itasca. Now, we were there 20 years ago when it was Sergio's, where I met my wife for the very first time there, and we'll be there tonight. So I don't know what's going to be interesting. I have not been there. I have not walked in that place since we played Sergio's 20 years ago. So I'll be there with Jerry Jams tonight at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow we'll be at Positano's, returning to one of our favorite places in Oak Brook, along with Jerry Jams and the sounds of Lisa P. That's tomorrow at 7 o'clock as well. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse, 8 o'clock with Tony Toto and yours truly. And I have 3 shows on Saturday. I'm pulling a seventh heaven here again. 3 shows in one day. Now we're going to start off from 1 to 2 at Kai's in Glendale Heights for the Tiny and Tall Dog Rescue. And Margaret putting this together, and they got a bunch of different entertainers. I'll be doing that 1 hour there. So then I have a retirement party with Tony Toto in the afternoon, and then we got a wedding at night with Jerry Jams. So it's going to be very, very cool. I'm excited about that. And then Sunday, we're back by Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy for Rat Pack Sunday, starting at 4 o'clock, oshows.com. And so that's good. And what's also important, folks, is our big show coming up October 29th. If you love Dean Martin, you love the old Rat Pack, you love Days of Vegas and the old Dean Martin TV shows, the Dean Martin movies, the Dean Martin roasts, we are going to do a special show called Memories Are Made of This. It's Sunday, October 29th at the Des Plaines Theater, produced by Ron Onesti. And Chicago Hitmen will be the band backing me up. Of course, that's Nick Sahajas and the boys. It's a 10-piece band. Now, we're going to have stories. We're going to have, of course, the great music. We're going to have special guests. We're going to have my buddy Bill Saratella making an appearance, Elliot Winbush. We're going to have Regina Karma, a couple more people, special guests to be coming through that magic door at the end. Oh, let's go see who's at the door. It's going to be fun. Gold Diggers will be there. oshows.com, Sunday, October 29th. Book your tickets. Memories are made of this. My solo show, tribute to Dean Martin, folks. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. I'm in a good now, folks. Next Sunday. We're going to be leaving for, I try to go fishing and camping as much as I can. But with my schedule being so crazy, I hardly get any Sundays off. I got that last Sunday off, so I went to camping at Starved Rock. And we're going to do it again next Sunday, October 1st through October 3rd. I think we're going to go to New Buffalo. We're looking for a resort out there or a cabins, anything near that area. We can do some fishing. I'm going up with Cousin Tommy and Brother Sonny. And we're going to try to get some in, because we're going to do it. I'm going to try to do it again in November, because after that, sometimes if it gets too cold. In Wisconsin, by November, the rivers are already frozen. But certain parts you can still do some camping. So I'll be interested in doing that. I love having that fun. Donald, what's up, my good buddy? I hope you're doing well. Hey, guys, it's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, Monday through Friday at noon, a little lunchtime fun. I want to get to our... okay, let's see where we're at here. I get so much stuff going on sometimes I don't even know what the hell it is. Let's get to some sponsors here, folks. How about Deutz Power Center, folks? That's right, Deutz Center, Power Center, Great Lakes, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. That's Deutz Power Center, 224-276-6550. Let's not forget my wife's company, of course, Laura Ocean Solutions. That's right, increasing profits while reducing credit card fees. You'll never have to shop again if you go with Laura Ocean Solutions. You can't beat that, folks. Don't forget our good buddies from Don Esteban Cigars, Tarpon Springs, Florida. Javier will hand roll those cigars and send them right to your house, baby. Ask for the Tony Ocean Special, 727-366-7536. Trico Hair Experts out of Rosemont, Illinois, recreating great hair days, 773-999 and 7888. And last but not least, my good buddy Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, for your statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven. Call Roy McCampbell at 708-275-4264. All right, now, I just love this type of weather. I really do, and I'm glad things are, and like I said, my fall is my favorite. Then I'd have to say winter I love, and then I love spring, or sometimes it's spring or winter, but summer is my least favorite holiday. Too much stuff going on. Busy as hell, which is good work wise, but it's just a pain in the ass sometime in the summer, as you kind of know, especially for musicians in the nightclubs. If you're playing the festivals, that's great, and we do a lot of those. But inside the nightclubs are always a little slower in the summer because everybody's out with the free festivals and free park stuff and free this and free that. So it puts a little damper. Hello, my good friend Kathy, Arizona, Dakota in the house. Great show he's got going on, joining the Sinatra show in Las Vegas. I hope you're doing well. And Ronnie B, we're going to be going fishing in October, me and you too, buddy. When I get back from New Buffalo fishing there, I'm going fishing with you, and you and Deborah, and you guys going to show it works. And Lake Geneva is gorgeous. Ryan Lewis, I will see you on the cruise, buddy. I know a lot of people joining us on that cruise, Chicago Music Cruise, so we're excited. Let's get to some stories here, folks, right down the line. Are we ready? Newsmax. Bill Maher. Remember, he used to have a show in Politically Correct, and now he has a show called Real Time with HBO. He made an announcement, folks, that he's holding off on his show because it's exciting to know that the writers, the SAG writers strike, are going back to negotiating table, which means that's a good sign, because when they're not going to the negotiating table, that means nothing's going to happen. But for them to go back to the table again, maybe they're going to have this writer's strike over. I hope so, but Bill Maher is doing that. That's why he didn't pull his show. That's why he didn't do his show. Just like other people were doing their show, like Drew Barrymore did her show and got some slack from the writers, and now all of a sudden now she backpedaled, and now she's saying that she's not going to do the show because, of course, she's got a lot of backlash on that. So you can't beat that, folks. It's 110 days till Cruise Day, folks. 110 days till Cruise Day. Woo! I'm excited, folks. All right. Chicago is deciding to try to see if they can raise the wage of people that work for tips. Now, basically, a lot of people that work for tips, basically all of them in the restaurant business, they have a very low pay, base pay, and then the people rely on their tips. What Chicago is trying to do is raising this, which would be the smartest thing they did in Illinois, since this state is doing a lot of crap in this state lately between the last mayor and this one. But if they can do something for the people that work with tips in the restaurants, in the bars, it's a good thing. These men and women work their ass off in these locations, and sometimes they don't even get 20% tip, or they don't even get a 10% tip. So if Chicago could put the minimum wage up a little bit for tipping, I think that would work. Please could pray for our dear brother, Gary Sarlo. Gary, again, a good friend of ours from A La Carte Entertainment. Every time I used to work at Moretti's in Edison Park, he was always there, and my prayers go out to Gary. Thank you, Richard. Please keep us posted at that. Servers make $8 an hour in Chicago. $8 an hour. Do you know that at Aldi, folks, and Costco, people who pick up the, what do you call them, to get the carts, make $13 or $16 an hour to get carts at Costco and places like that. And the servers only make $8 an hour. So they need to bring this definitely back up again, because people are not tipping like they used to. I'm not saying everybody, but from what I hear from certain people, servers and stuff like that, guys, I work at some of the best places in the city and the suburbs. So I can tell you, and it's very important, these guys need to be tipped. Not only be tipped, but their pay raise needs to go up. And minimum wage needs to go up. That's just what it is. It's a tough job. So if they do that, that would be cool, folks. And I think they deserve it. Fox News, Columbia University student mysteriously dies on a kayak trip. Now, look, I always say this: canoe, kayaking, skiing, mountain climbing, all this stuff that when you get on, but no matter how good you are, no matter how good you are on this stuff, you take a chance every time you do this stuff. I'm no good at any of those things that I mentioned just to you. But you think these are just there's got to be reports of that stuff happening in rivers and woods and stuff like that forever. I mean, like I said, a college university student just died. Canoe, kayak over tips, hits a rock, hits their head, they drown. Maybe when they're by themselves, nobody knows they're out there. You know what I mean? So it's not very good. Now Dakota say they're $13 in Vegas. Okay, well that's a big step from $8 here in Chicago and Las Vegas. Over there. So there you go, Dakota. Makes a lot of sense, buddy. I'm going to get Dakota back on the show to talk about his new show. I'd like to hear some more about that. It'd be kind of cool. Risk against nature. There you go, Kathy. You're absolutely right. I mean, it's beautiful and we all love it. When we go camping, I mean, we love it, but you never know. And Margaret Garcia, that's right, honey. We will see you at Kai's this Saturday from 1 to 2 for the Tiny and Tall Dog Rescue Show. I'll be there for 1 hour donating our time at Kai's outside. Should be kind of interesting, and it's a good cause for the dogs, because you know how much I love dogs. All right, so when you're out there, folks, be careful when you do that stuff, man. It's just, you take your life, man. You just don't know, so you got to be careful with that. Tower Records, for all you guys there that listen and collect records or used to go out and buy records, Rolling Stone, Tower Records, Flipside. God, I remember going in on Wednesdays or Fridays, and it would be new release day. And you knew your favorite band had that new record, and you'd go, or you haven't been to Tower Records, or you haven't been to Rolling Stone, and you go there, Rolling Stone on Irving Park Road in in Norwich. You would go there, and you would start at A, and you'd go all the way down, and go all the way down to Z. Oh yeah, Peaches. Peaches was great too. I remember Peaches at North Avenue. But that was the best, man. Oh, the new records coming in, and you would go. And usually, you'd walk in, and when we first walked in the door, there was like a display of the top new releases, so you didn't really have to go into the section, But you still, because if you didn't go there at least once a week or once every other week, I would go and go through then you go through the bargain bins, but yeah, it used to be so cool. I miss doing that with records. I still have LPs at home. I've not played an LP in a long time, but they're making some sort of a comeback. Some of these new artists are coming out with LPs, so it's kind of interesting stuff, though, folks. Another update on the Romeoville killings this past weekend, folks. 4 dead, including 2 children, I think 3 children. Even the dogs were killed. But they just made an announcement on the news this morning that it was not a random act. According to the video camera they showed, they've seen somebody leaving the house who's the killer. So this killer is on the loose in Romeoville. I don't think he's in Romeoville anymore, but who knows? But it was not a random act. When someone dies, look, it's bad enough, but when it gets killed, children are killed. And even when you have to go kill the dogs too, there's something really fucked up there and really crazy. It's totally insane. Then you will have to look at all the posters. Oh, then you get the posters too. Yeah, and then the CDs at one time, and then they used to have DVDs in there too of concerts and stuff. So it was really cool there. I hope prayers out to the families in Romeoville. Horrible. And the dogs too. Yes, that's true. I don't know, folks. WTW posted this morning, the United Auto Workers are ready to strike. Holy cow. You want to see some shit hit the fan now when the auto workers go on strike? And you can't get cars serviced, and you can't get new cars, and it's going to be another shit show, folks. I hate to say this, but I hope they can come up with some sort of quick negotiations and get that to keep the auto workers still working, folks. We need that. WBBM, the University of Chicago, is put up $815 million for a cancer center, which I think that's a good move. I'm hoping with this happening here at the University of Chicago, they need that, more places like that. I don't know. Sometimes, we go into that whole conspiracy thing. I got to ask you, do you believe they might have a cure for cancer? I don't know. Some people say they do. I remember talking to someone's father who was a general in the Army, and he said they had a cure for cancer years ago. But If you cure cancer, folks, Big Pharma is in a lot of trouble. So, I mean, they're coming out with all this, the pandemic came, they had to come out with something they supposedly was supposed to cure people. Well, that didn't work, obviously. But I'm wondering, so the money that they're putting, they don't want to cure it. Dennis, I agree with you. I don't think they don't want to cure that. First of all, not only would it kill Big Pharma, folks, if they come up with a cure for cancer, but it will also more overpopulation. Overpopulation. But you got to look where the money's going, Yvette. I hope you're doing well, my dear friend. I believe so. It would put a lot of people out of work, including pharma. Yeah, and also it would be overpopulated if nobody's dying of cancer anymore, you know? So $815 million going to be built for a brand new cancer center here in Chicago, Illinois. Fox News, the dress code. You know how much I talk about the dress code, folks. Back in the day, 70s, 80s. Let's go back to the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Man in a suit, women dressed up. They went out dancing, having a good time, cabareting, as I say at my shows every night of the week. You go into a restaurant, you wear a jacket, you dress up a little bit. It's all changed. It's changed for the worst, in my opinion. And I'm not talking every restaurant, but I'm talking you go into a fine dining restaurant, you should try to look presentable. You always notice the woman always looks presentable, and the man looks like he just got off the farm. Dress code. And then I found out, when it started, remember Casual Friday. Oh, started with at the office, at work office. Casual Friday. Khakis and a flannel shirt. Then they did it at the bars. Then all the real estate guys, remember they used to wear suits, and now you can't because they said it was too intimidating. Or car salesmen used to walk in a black suit or different color, different suit, and they would say you look too intimidating. The dress, casual Friday. But the Senate now, they issued to enforce the dress code for senators. They will no longer, get this again, folks, no longer endorse the issue of a dress code. That means when they're at their state senate, whatever, they're having their meetings, they can sit there with their leotards or they can have their khakis and they're sitting there, folks, and they don't have to wear a jacket anymore at those Supreme Court meetings. Nothing. Absolutely. Helen Tenuta, my dear friend, I hope you're doing well. So that's Congress now, to the Senate. They don't have to dress up anymore when they go to work. No class is absolutely right. Now these people are deciding the fate of our country, and now they can just sit there. Like when you go see a lawyer sometimes, and your lawyer doesn't have a suit on, you sit there eating an apple with a T-shirt on. How can I help you? I don't have respect for that. I'm sorry. Not someone's going to be taking care of my money or taking care of my case. I want this guy to be presentable so I know what he's doing. Buddy, the living room. Remember, Jillies too for a long time couldn't get in with jeans, and everything happened. What happened? Whatever happened to dress for success. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Ponderosa, Bonanza, Lauren Green, the Cartwrights. Or then you go on the other side, Mayberry, Andy Griffith, Andy Taylor, Barney, Barney Fife. So you got to ask yourself, looking at growing up and watching these two shows, whether it was Bonanza, who lived on the Ponderosa, and then what would you rather live in if you had a chance? You had one door that got you to the Ponderosa Ranch, and the other door brought you to Mayberry RFD. I'm not a horse guy. I love horses. I ride them every now and then. I don't ride them. They walk very slowly when I'm on them. But I would think I would have to go on the Ponderosa. I would want to go live with the Cartwrights before I go live with Barney and Betty Lou and go, let's go down to Mount Pilot. Yeah. Go down to Mount Pilot with Betty Lou. I still watch those shows too, Yvette. I still watch those too. So if anybody asks me, I would stay on the Ponderosa with the Cartwrights before the Mayberry, folks. Here it comes again, folks. You remember what happened in 2020 when those cowards took down the Columbus Day statue and all the other statues around the country in the cities and stuff like that? Kathy Eppolito, my dear friend from Santa Barbara, California. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thelma Lou, there you go, Jeff Steven. How you doing? But Thelma Lou going down upon Mount Pilot. Daryl, Professor Amistad. I want to get Daryl and Sonia on again because Daryl is doing a Lionel Richie thing and Sonia's doing her Whitney Houston thing. So I want to get them on too. Had two horses, one name after me, Loco. There you go. Anyway, so they're going to take statues down again. Yes, just when you thought the madness has stopped. But this is for a different reason. Supposedly, according to Fox News, New York City is considering moving the George Washington statue to save money because of the upkeep. So George Washington on his horse, they want to remove that too. New York City is considering doing it. George Washington, the first president of the United States. Come on. You got to keep George Washington up there. The Italians are pissed in New York, Dennis. Absolutely. But that's what they're trying to do. They're considering removing the George Washington statue on the horse in New York City because of cost effective. I can think of some other things they can remove in New York except that George Washington statue. It should stay the way it is. They haven't learned. Ocean's Pit, folks, a little show about big things. It's birthday time, but before we that, next Wednesday on the 27th of September, we will be at Rosario's in Roselle with Tony Toto. The 28th will be at Pasta Mia in Bartlett. That's going to be a good time with Jerry James and Tony Toto. 28th, Bartlett, Pasta Mia. And then the 30th of September, returning to the number one outside patio in the suburbs of Chicago, the Great Taverna on Division, folks. I'm excited. They were just on Chicago today, showing a couple days ago, this past weekend, showing some of their delicious dishes that they have for Greg and Jennifer and the staff there. So Taverna on Division, September 30th. Check it out. I'm also, during the day, doing my buddy Tommy Q's wedding for a couple hours. Tommy Q, the guitar player, of course, at Mojo's Jukebox, and Foco, and all the good other bands that he's in. So I'm excited about that. Birthday time. John Ritter, formerly of Three's Company, passed away years ago, folks. Having a heavily birthday, John Ritter. Agatha Christie, one of the greatest mystery writers there are, celebrates a birthday, folks. Elvira. Woo. Elvira, 72 years old today. Jules Bass, director, producer, songwriter for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and a lot of those holiday Christmas shows. Jules Bass celebrating a birthday. Molly Shannon from Saturday Night Live, 59 years old. Phil Jackson, former player in the New York Knicks and better known as former coach of the Chicago Bulls, NBA. Phil Jackson, 78 years old. Also, there was a big question about that. Phil Jackson, was he a great coach or did he have Michael? What did he do after? If Michael was gone, what would he have done? Perfect example, Bill Belichick with the New England Patriots. But Tom Brady's gone. Now, I don't like Michael Jordan. I don't care for Tom Brady. But Tom Brady leaves the Patriots. The Patriots have done nothing. So, happy birthday to Phil Jackson, 78. Dan Marino, former quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, 62 years old today. Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, turns 28 years old today. Roddy McDowell, great British actor, better known as Cornelius from the Planet of the Apes TV show and movies. The great Rodney McDowell, loved his stuff. He was great. Fray Ray from the movie, one of my favorite movies of all time, King Kong. She was the blonde that King Kong fell in love with. Fray Ray celebrating a birthday. And let's say happy birthday to the United States Air Force. 76 years protecting our country. Happy birthday to the United States of America Air Force. God bless you. 76 years old. Dee Dee Ramone, formerly of the Ramones, celebrating a birthday. One of the greatest Italian-American actors, better known, of course, as Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini, and a great actor he was. Very sad what we lost James Gandolfini, folks. My friend Julia Dano. Julia, hope you're doing well from the old Jilly's days. Hope you're doing well. Paul Williams, singer-songwriter Paul Williams. And my good buddy Ryan Lewis and his mom celebrating her birthday. Ryan's happy birthday to your mom. I hope she had a great birthday, folks. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, Wednesday, September 20th. Tomorrow, Laura Ocean returns to the show. Kathy, I hope you're doing well. All right, folks. Kathy Ippolito's on the phone. We were talking about gas pricing in Los Angeles, folks. Some places in Los Angeles is $5.92 a gallon. Some of it even up to $7 a gallon in Los Angeles, California. Bronx Wanderers Christmas show, December 3rd. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a good one. Thank you, Albert. Mary, how you doing, hon? Welcome to Ocean's Pit. So gas, I don't know who'd want to live in California, number one. And definitely I don't want, I've been to LA many times, not interested, not a fan, could care less for Los Angeles. But $5.92 a gallon of gas, and some, I think even Kathy said they were up to 6 or 8 or something like that in Santa Barbara where she's at. But $7, we are bitching, folks, we are bitching now here in Chicago for $4, over $4, $4.25, $4.38. Do you imagine if it was $7? There would be mass suicides in this state. They'd never leave the house. Thank you, Dennis. Share the page. I want people to share the page. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Robert Provenzano is in the house, folks. Congratulations to number 77. That's right, folks. Northern Express hockey team. Very, very cool. 2 years in a row, won the championship there. Congratulations to Cristiano, your grandson. Very, very cool, man. Keeping the old sports alive, man. You got to love that. Brookfield Zoo. Love zoos. Love animals, you know that. But somebody, silent donation, the biggest one ever for Brookfield Zoo, just donated $40 million to Brookfield Zoo. Silent investor. $40 million. That is pretty cool, man. And I hope they do good stuff for Brookfield Zoo. I love going there. Love Lincoln Park, too, as well. TMZ, Wheel of Fortune, Pat Sajak, Vanna White. Pat Sajak will be retiring, I think, at the end of this year. But Vanna White should be excited. She just signed a contract for 2 more years, folks, and she's getting $3 million a year for 2 more years. So, imagine that job. Free dresses, and I heard that she's never wore the same dress twice. And how many years she's been doing it for just, I'll take a B, bing, and she goes and turns to imagine that job. Holy, people would die to get that job. Die. Dennis says you ain't seen nothing yet, and the Federal Reserve for our military has been depleted. Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Brandon, on that one. No, she's getting more than that. That's what she was making. Oh, well, thank you. So she was making $3 million a year, right, for all those years, and all the free dresses, and never wore the same dress twice. And now she's going to be getting more. God bless Richard. What are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? Milwaukee Brewers, if you're Milwaukee Brewers fans, for $400 million. Well, it's got to be $700 million into signed a new $700 million lease there with the American Family Life Stadium, folks. $400 million will be coming from the state, and they've signed on to 2050. $700 million for American Family Life Milwaukee Brewers, folks. Like I said, the state came up with $400 million. And the deal is until 2050 for all you Milwaukee Brewers fans. Nick Hodges, Piano Man, CD Angelis Party. Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun. Nick Hodges' new CD of great original songs. Make sure you check out all that stuff. I'm going to get Nick back on the show again. Adam West's birthday. The only original Batman in my book. Okay. Stunning news. Breaking news right now, folks. If you own a Bears jersey and you live in the Chicagoland area, please show up to practice on Thursday because they're going to be looking for new people. Show up Thursday, 10 a.m. to practice with your Bears jersey because you guys will probably be able to play better than what they have right now. Funny. Hard Rock Casino, are you ready? It's coming to Rockford. Coming to Rockford in August of 2024. I think Rick Nielsen, Cheap Tricks, got something to do with that Hard Rock Casino coming in Rockford. Folks, you're going to have 6 different restaurants to eat in the Rockford area in Rockford. Today is National Hoagie Day. Was never much of a hoagie eater. And it's also National Peanut Day. Yeah, there you go. Delta Airlines flight possibly hit by lightning upon arrival when it landed in Boston. Possibly hit. A lot of things are happening on airlines. Did you guys notice that? Something's always happening with the airlines. For all you NASCAR drivers, NASCAR driver, wow. Kathy Powlett dies at the age of 44 years old. Crazy as it is. Kathy Cundiff, I don't know if you're watching, but my prayers go out to cousin Wally. You lost a cousin, and my prayers go out to your family. When you're losing a loved one, it's not easy, folks. Here we go again. Tampa. We just talked about Milwaukee Brewers with their stadium, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have done the same thing. I'm sorry, the Tampa Bay Rays in baseball, $1.3 billion. They signed a stadium in St. Petersburg. That lease is going to happen till 2028 for the Tampa Bay Rays. How do you stop time? Kiss somebody. How do you travel in time? Read a good book. And how do you escape time? Listen to some great music. Love those little quotes that really do mean a lot, folks. Creature Features. Dum, 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 dum. Saturday nights. Remember that, man? It used to be the show at Channel 9, and I used to love it. 53-year anniversary to Creature Features, man. Debuted on September 17th, 1970. Oh, Frankenstein, Wolfman, all those great. And then and we used to watch it with popcorn and sit there and need to come with the lights off. Oh, I used to love Creature Features. Just like we watched Svengoolie. But Svengoolie now is comedy, Richard Kaz, he's funny, and he keeps, puts jokes in it. And he shows the same scary movies, but the whole presentation is much different. But it's still very cool. Very cool. What the hell is going on with football, folks? New England Patriots fan was beaten to death on Sunday against the Miami Dolphins. They actually there was a big fight, and someone actually was beaten to death. And also, according to a witness, folks, somebody punched somebody. One punch knocked this person out, killed him instantly. Wow. One punch. When do you hear about shit that's happening like that, folks? I don't know. Albert, for all you Beatle fans, today's birthday, Brian Epstein, was the manager of the Beatles. Would have there been a Beatles without Brian Epstein? I don't know. But Brian was the one who fought for them, fought for their first record deal, fought for them, put them in those suits. So happy birthday, Brian Epstein. Brian. And a great folk hero, great folk singer, the great Roger Whittaker has passed today at the age of 87. Oh, mammy, blue. Oh, mammy, blue. I gotta live on Durham town. Yeah, the great Roger Whittaker dies at the age of 87 years old. Electric cars. We talked about this yesterday, folks. Electric cars coming out. The government can shut off those cars anytime they want. Just like get rid of the cash. So everybody's using credit cards, so they can shut the credit cards anytime they want. Think about this, folks. Imagine you miss a car payment on a Tesla and the car turns itself on and drives himself back to the dealership. Why not? It's controlled, right? Someone says, Reva, okay, leave. Guy forgot to pay his car payment. So the car just starts itself up and drives back to the dealership where the guy bought the car. With Brian alive, everything wrong, which stayed not revealed, finances. I don't know. I don't know, Albert. I think we had this discussion before. I don't think the Beatles ever would have broke up if Brian was still alive. By then, they would have toured maybe. They would have maybe took some time apart, did their own solo records, but I think they might have still been alive. But who knows? And then he commits suicide, of course, afterwards. Ocean's Pit, little show about things. When are you going to be in September 27th? I want to come see you. September 27th. That I think is the Wednesday. We'll be at Rosario's in Roselle. And the 28th, the Thursday, we'll be at Pasta Mia in Bartlett. Yvette, it'd be great to see you too. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. It is the 20th of September. Have a wonderful day, Kathy. You too. Hey, guys, let's go to headlines. Fox News. Tourist hotspot takes drastic emergency action after nightclub grenade attacks. Crime wave. Declaration in Peru affects 2 districts in Lima. Wow. Popular night spot. Everybody's there where all the tourists go, and people, because of the violence and the crime and the gang fight breaks out, people throw grenades at each other. Wow, this is in South America, folks. There's no rules out there. Wow. And just think if you were an American tourist in South America. Think about that at the time. Very interesting. Crazy. Newsmax. I heard some funny things in the last couple days but this is funny. You want to hear something really funny? I want you guys all to laugh at this. California Governor Gavin Newsom told CNN this week that Vice President Kamala Harris is absolutely the best person to serve as President Joe Biden's running mate in 2024 for presidential election. Okay. You can laugh now, too. It's your turn to laugh because it's funny. Horrible news here. Chicago, WTTW. The search continues for former NFL player Sergio Brown after his mother was found dead with assaulted injuries near a creek behind her suburban home in Chicago, according to Maywood Police Department. We've been following the story for about at least a couple weeks now. Sergio Brown, NFL player, former NFL football player, is missing. But his mother was found dead with assault. So, wow, this is going to be tragic whatever happens with this. And of course, when people run away from crimes, a lot of times it's because they did something or have some sort of acknowledgement that happens. 27th, yes, it will be. Yes, I'll be at Rosario's in Roselle, Yvette, on the 27th in Roselle, Rosario's. Happy anniversary, 8th year anniversary. My good friend Karen and Rick Lindy celebrating 8 years of marriage. Great entertainer in the Chicagoland area. So very, very excited. Back in my day, folks, you see that now. People need help. GoFundMe pages. Now, these GoFundMe pages are very, very good. They could be very, very good. Yes, we can dance, Ryan. Absolutely, brother. These GoFundMe pages could be very, very good, but it can also be very, very bullshit. There's people that they come up with GoFundMe pages for anything, right? But back in the day, folks, I'm going to tell you what GoFundMe meant. GoFundMe meant Yeah, GoFundMe. There you go. Back in my day, GoFundMe meant go get a job. That's what that meant. Go get a job. Getting close here, folks. Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls. Slowly I turn. People are abusing them, Mary. You're absolutely right. I always have this affection and fascination with Niagara Falls. I've only been there once, and I want to go back again. It's just beautiful. I'm watching so many videos on it and the history of it and everything like that. It is a gorgeous place, and I can't wait to go back. Richard Hamlin shared this page, our buddy Richard, Dr. Kenra Becker, 2 days ago. Pretty insane that 90% of foods in the grocery stores didn't even exist 100 years ago. And neither did 90% of the diseases. Wow. You think about it. Diseases, where's this stuff all coming from? It makes a hell of a lot of sense. Now this is an Italian joke. I'm not Sicilian, but it is funny. And I don't know if you're Sicilian, you might take offense to it. I don't know. There's a small island off the coast of Italy which is inhabited by 5 million Sicilian people. That's the biggest number I've ever heard, Sicilian. Okay, for you Italians, you might like that joke, you might not. I thought it was funny. Anyway, Ocean's Pit tonight will be at Antonio's, and the CIA is $31 billion in debt. Oh, Dennis, isn't that horrible? $31 billion in debt, California. And since we're coming down to the end of the hour, folks, and don't forget, tomorrow's Thursday, so Laura Ocean will be back in the house right here. We're starting with me on Thursdays again, but I know it's a family show, sort of, and I know it's a kind of a lunchtime show, and it's probably stuff you not want to talk about, but it's funny. So I want you guys to understand this. This was sent in by Sharon Brosco from North Riverside. Are you ready? A penis. He has a very sad life. His hair is always a mess. His family is nuts. His neighbor is an asshole. His best friend's the P word, and his owner beats him. What? That's funny. I'm sorry. You might not think it's funny for the afternoon, but I think it's funny. So you should laugh at that one. That's very, very good. Peter Frampton. Oh, baby, I love you way. Great British musician. Peter Frampton made the Frampton Comes Alive album in the 70s, which was huge. How much money and stuff with that. But he posted on his Twitter page. What a shitty joke. Albert, isn't it? There you go. But Peter Frampton. Now, when you get on stream, when people download your songs, you get a certain amount of money. It's the biggest ripoff when it comes. It's good probably for us, for people who want to buy people's songs for whatever price it is, $1 or 99 cents or $2.50, whatever the song. It depends on the artist. But the royalties that these guys make, it's a joke on some of these stream things here that people get on. Now, here's one. This is Peter Frampton on Twitter, which is now X. If you're not on Twitter, it's called X. But here's what he posted. Now, listen, this is crazy, and I agree with this guy. He's got 55 million streams. 55 million people have streamed and listened to the song "Baby I Love Your Way." He got $1,700. That's all he got. He wrote the song. He recorded the song. This is all he has. Hi, a little bit late, but I had to come and say hello, everyone. Stella, hello, my dear friend, and hope to see you this weekend. Anyway, Peter Frampton, British artist. Frampton Comes Alive. We probably all had that record in the 70s, right? But here he is on 55 million. That's with an M, as in more. Million, as in money. 55 million streams of Baby I Love Your Way. He got $1,700. That's all he got. He wrote the song. He recorded it. He performed it. 17. That's it. $1,000. What? $1,700. He went to Washington with the ASCAP last year to talk about lawmakers about this. Their jaws dropped when they asked me to repeat them. So they were freaked out and they had no clue that this is all they were making. So I'm sure they're in the works of changing the rules on this, the law on this. These writers need to make more money for these songs. It is horrible. Country artist Oliver Anthony canceled his Knoxville show due to overpriced ticket sales. They should never exceed $40 per ticket. I don't know who Oliver Anthony is. I couldn't tell you who he is. I have no clue, but I have a little respect. I just have a lot of respect for him because you know how much concert tickets cost. What Springsteen's putting out with McCartney and Taylor Swift and all that. Insane. It's absolutely ludicrous. And here's a country artist said he canceled the show because their prices were over $40. You got to give this guy a lot of credit, man. You got to give him a lot of credit. Same thing if you remember back in the 80s, Tom Petty was fighting with the record company because they wanted to put the album over $5, whatever it was. And he got in a big argument with his record company. He smashed his hand through his fist through the wall, and he broke his hand. He had to cancel the tour. But he stood up for that, so that's why the record company. But this is crazy. Dennis, if you marry Stella, yes, I will play at the reception. Stella and Dennis, how you guys doing? That's why I always say that's the performing artist of the past makes some decent money today performing like from the past. You're right. But they need to make it fair for everybody because these new songs stink compared to the songs of the 60s and 70s and 80s. So good point there, Albert, but that's what it is. Anyway, folks, it has come to the end of the hour. I'm going to leave it with one last thing. Why? When we're going to be traveling out of the country or like we're going on this cruise and you apply for a passport. It's $200, $150, $200, whatever it was, to get a passport. I need one of those to leave the country. Why don't I need one to come back in the country? Why if other people come in the United States don't need a passport? Why do I need a $200 passport to leave this country when I don't need one to get in? I get a free phone. I get a free driver's license. I get cash. I get clothes if I was coming in from another country. Ocean's Pit, let us show about big things, folks. We are coming to the end of the hour. We are at the end of the hour, folks. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in today. Let's get right back to our great sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, Norridge Displays, Evergreen Park, Warrenville. Buy local, shop local. Take advantage of their auto key programming in all their stores. They program and cut car keys at up to 50% less than a dealership. Visit their helpful hub to speak to a certified team member. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. That's Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local. Ace is the place, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Thank you, our friends from Ace Hardware. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching the show. Tonight we'll be in Antonio's in Itasca. Tomorrow, Positano's in Oak Brook. Chicago Prime on Friday. And don't forget, Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy on Sunday. And Kai's from 1 to 2 Saturday afternoon on the 23rd for Tiny and Tall Dog Rescue. You guys, don't forget the Dean Martin Show coming up. Memories are made of this. Sunday, October 29th at the Des Plaines Theater. Tribute to Dean Martin. I'm excited about that. oshows.com. Go out and support live entertainment, local establishments. Mama D is doing better, folks. Like she said, she's stable. And Laura will give you a little bit more update when she's on the show tomorrow. Anyway, be kind to people out there, man. Protect your friends and love everybody that you're with. Try to make things a little easier. Try to make amends of all the crap sometimes that's going on. But just remember, we need a change come 2024. And anyway, everybody, the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. We need peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. We need it more than anywhere. God bless you, folks. Have an incredible day. Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. Nick Sahajas, St. Nicholas, the piano man. Take us out.
to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony.
Bye-bye, everybody.